What is up, you guys? My name is Tracy, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I am going to share with you guys another haunted story. Um, I think they're fun to tell. Just some things that I've experienced in my life that are not, you know, life events, like real, like crazy things that are traumatic, or, well, these are sometimes traumatic because the one I'm about to share scared the shit out of me, and I still have no idea what was going on. But let's get into this story. And yeah, so my husband and I moved at one time. I forget what was happening, but we had found this place. It was a friend of his. He had a rental, and we were like, that would be perfect because it's in the school district we're looking for. We were struggling to find a place in this district, and his friend had a place. So he, he decided, my husband was like, well, the Harley I have, we don't ever go ride anymore. We're never on it. And it's kind of just sitting there, you know what I mean? And the friend was so into Harleys, he was like, how about this? I will trade you a year's worth of rent, which it was $1,000 a month for the Harley. If you're gonna sell it anyway, might as well trade it for a year's worth of rent. And we were like, okay, yeah, let's do that. So we traded him for a year's worth of rent on this house. And going in there, I have found that going to look at houses and things like that when you're moving and trying to buy a house or rent a house, I don't know if you guys ever have this, but you get a feeling of if it's a homely place, a happy place. Some of them don't feel so good. Something just felt off to me about this place, but it was what we were looking for, what we needed, and it was a good deal to take because we didn't have to come up with all this money at first. So we move in. Things at first are normal. And once I get through all these stories, I'm going to explain to you there's like a pattern of things that go on between where um, my first paranormal experience occurred and how, through the times it goes up and down where I had these experiences. There's like a pattern to them, and I'm going to explain that more once I get done telling these stories. So just know it's something that I, at this point, recognize. It's something I have noticed and kind of pay attention for. But we move in, and the way this house was laid out was there's the upstairs. When you come in off of the main road, it is you come into the dining room. There's two sliding glass doors. You come in, you're in the dining room, the kitchen, and there's three bedrooms and a bathroom, two bathrooms on this top floor. Downstairs, which is off of the dining room, there's some stairs that go down, and that is a huge family room, another bedroom, another bathroom, and then you can go out to the garage. So we were in the basement bedroom. My husband and I were in the basement bedroom that had the attached bathroom, but it was the biggest room. The kids were in the upstairs rooms. Um, so my husband was away for work. I really hadn't had anything weird going on there, nothing like that to, an extent, just some little strange stuff. But my husband had gone to work out of town. So it was just me and the kids there. And I had fallen asleep. It was later at night. I, it wasn't, honestly, was it the 4th of July? It was like around the 4th of July. And I'd fallen asleep, and the neighbors down the road were out lighting fireworks off and stuff. So there was a lot of noises happening, and I kind of was ignoring it. Oh, actually, no, this is the second event. So, first event is I'm in the basement and I hear what sounds like, because nobody else is home. It was me by myself. I was in the basement and I hear what sounds like there was a side door in the kitchen upstairs, and it sounded like the doorknob was jiggling real loud, like someone was trying to open that door. And I'm listening and I hear it and I'm like, what is that? So I walk up the stairs, and when you get so far up, you can see into the dining room and kitchen, but there's an island that blocks the kitchen, or between the kitchen and dining room, so you can't see the doorknob. But I'm looking up there and I don't see anything happening at the sliding doors. And I'm listening and I hear it again. So I go up there thinking, did one of the kids get locked out? Did my husband, is he on his way? Did he come home and I didn't know it? I go over, it stopped by the time I got up there, and I figured if it was somebody, they must have heard me coming. I go over to the door, open it, and there's nobody there. Nobody there. But then I hear tick, 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 and I'm like, what is this noise sound? And I look over and it's my gas stove was on, ticking like that tick, 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 tick sound that it makes when it's lighting. And my stove is on and leaking, like you could smell the gas, and it kind of hit me that I could smell the gas after the not paying attention to the door, not realizing that I was smelling gas. And I'm like, and I turn it off and I'm like, what the hell just happened? Like, I know I did not turn that stove on. I'm here by myself. I haven't cooked. That stove has not been on. And that was the doorknob I heard first. So I'm like, it's going to blow it off. I go back downstairs. And it wasn't long between these two things, but I was laying in bed. I fell asleep. And I hear, it woke me up. My kids were in the living room area, the family room. And I hear what sounds like above me, because the dining room is above me. I hear the sound of the chairs being drug across the floor. Like if you lift, like tilt a chair and drag it across a tile floor. That's what I'm hearing above me. And then I'm like, well, maybe it's just like the fireworks. It's a lot of noise. So I'm listening and I hear it again. And it's loud. Like it sounds like somebody had grabbed that chair and drug it. And I panicked. So I hurry up, I jump out of the bed, and I'm like, guys, because the kids were in in the family room, and I'm like, get here. So I get them in there, and I get the out of the safe box and stuff, and I'm getting it prepared, and I have them in the room, and you can hear it up there, like somebody's moving, and the kids are terrified because they hear it too. It's not just me. So I go out and I'm looking up the stairs, waiting for somebody to come around to the top of the stairs. And I'm like, aiming the thing straight up them stairs, waiting for somebody. And I know it's not my husband because I had just talked to him earlier and he was out on this job working. And I'm just waiting, and nobody comes. And I'm like panicked. So I just tell the kids, come on. And I run out the back. We run through the garage. And I was so scared because I'm thinking, as soon as we get through this garage, somebody's going to come in behind us from upstairs. So we run out. I'm in a bathing, like a bikini, because we had been swimming that day. And yeah, it was interesting. But we run out into the driveway and sneak up the side of the house. And I call 911 and I'm like, there is somebody in my house. Something's going on. The cops show up. We're hiding in the bushes alongside the house. And I'm like, and the cops show up. We go up and they walk up to the sliding glass door because I'm like, somebody's in here. And the other guy goes around the back to where the garage door is, to all entrances basically. And they come in through the sliding doors. Me and the kids are outside, and they're like, nobody's in there. Nobody's in there at all. Like we've checked under beds, closets, everywhere that somebody could be. There's nobody there. I'm like, what? There was somebody in there. I know it. So we go back in, they're like, oh, maybe it was, they were shooting fireworks off. Like maybe they hit the house or something. There's like nothing around the house. There's no fireworks laying around, nothing. So a little time goes by. I don't know how long it goes by, but again, I'm sleeping in my bed. I am there with the kids by myself. And I start dreaming that upstairs that I hear walking above me. And in the dream, it's the same setup. The kids are in the family room. I'm in bed sleeping, and I wake up in my dream. So I wake up and I'm hearing someone walk above me, and I get out of my bed and I peek around the corner And there is the most terrifying thing I've ever seen in my life, in my dream though. And it is like a man, what you would picture the devil to be, like with hooved legs, horned. It, oh my god, it freaks me out thinking about it. Um, and it starts coming down the stairs in my dream, and you hear the of the hooves hitting the tile stairs, and I wake up, and when I wake up, I hear the stairs, some the walking on the stairs again, but there's nobody walking on the stairs. I hear that same sound that was in my dream, but I'm awake now and terrified to shit out of me. Um, Again, I go to sleep. A different night. This is a different time. Fall asleep. Same thing. I wake up in my dream. I hear the footsteps above me. I peek out. It's coming down the stairs, but this time there's this strange doll on the wall standing up, and it's like a 4 foot tall doll. And I look over, I see the kids on the couches. I look over and I see that thing, and I see that thing coming down the stairs, and I bolt through the middle, and the doll turns and is like walking at me while this thing's coming down the stairs at me. And then I wake up, and again, I hear them footsteps coming down the stairs. We moved out of there like 2 weeks later. We were gone. I we were gone. Um, no, yeah, that I don't know what to call that experience. I know that the doorknob and the stove could be nothing. Like there's nothing. Like there's literally nothing that could have done any of that. But me, I was the only one there, and I know that I did not do that. And the doorknob, nobody was there. There was nobody there. And I don't know. I know that since my first apartment, and if you're listening to my story about my life, the first apartment I lived in, there was something very not good there. And I'm just going to tell you guys like the pattern. So, ever since I had lived in that apartment, everywhere I went after that, it would be fine for like the first 6 months or so, a few months. But then things would start happening out of the blue, like just start happening, and it would be nasty, negative, scary things at every house we moved to. It would be fine, and then scary things would start happening. But one house seemed to be this house. I'll explain this house later, but the first house that we've ever bought and lived in, once we had the kids and stuff, or while I was pregnant, there was things that happened there, but there it was a very different type of experience, and I'll get to that one. But it's just something that I've noticed, I've realized and kind of put together, is that everywhere I go, something scary or bad or negative starts happening. But there were a few that weren't negative, that were just things that like were comforting in a way, but not scary or negative. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I just know that like I feel like I have a sensitivity to certain things. I notice certain things. I get feelings about certain things. And another story I'll end up telling you is about the time that I somehow managed to predict a a death while saving myself and others. And I was 17, 16, 17 years old, and it's an interesting story about what happened, how it happened, and what ended up happening. And that'll be another one for another time. Maybe I'll tell that one next. But yeah, that's it. That is my paranormal experience. Not number two, it's not the second one, but this is part two. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you stick around for more. And if you have not checked out my other videos, make sure you go check those out. And to like, subscribe, follow, heart, share, go all the other platforms where you can find me down at my beacons link. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.